Hey, what's up guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. We have a bunch of information to dive into today related to XRP, HBAR, ALGO, and Casper. Hope you enjoy. First up, we have shared by Ripple, Rosie Rios, a Ripple board member and the former 43rd US Treasurer, and her signature is single-handedly on more US dollars in circulation than anybody else in the world. Also thanks to all of the quantitative easing. So I'm sure you guys saw this video clip just advocating for blockchain technology. You guys get the gist. We've shown this before. We can see there are more engineering roles open for the company Ripple, and this does not look like a weak company regardless of the SEC versus Ripple case. You can see their open positions on Ripple.com. Keep in mind, this is a $10 billion valued company a few years ago. They have massive connections with a variety of banks, tons of open roles, offices all over the world, and whether or not you like XRP, I don't know what to tell you. I think that Ripple is a very strong company. Not financial advice, but I personally believe that XRP will continue to be in the top 10 over the next 5 years. If not, the top 5 or top 3. We even have Zach sharing right here. Brad Garlinghouse said at the WEF that 60% of RippleNet or Ripple Network transactions are now on ODL or XRP. We have King Solomon sharing digital token identifiers are not ISO 222, they are ISO 24165. In SWIFT, the network of over 11,000 financial institutions that processes almost 42 million messages per day with $5 trillion on a daily basis. Keep in mind these numbers are from 2021. Has integrated ISO 24165, which is 100% crypto. So we have the full registry linked right here. Let's check it out. So this is on the Digital Token Identifier Foundation website. We can see download DTI or Digital Token Identifier Registry. So download. And we can see XRP, LCX, Wrap Solana, just a variety of digital assets, and you can also do a control search. So once again, Swift, with old legacy infrastructure that mocked crypto 5 years ago, is embracing it. Just like they said in their report connecting digital islands and tokenized assets, Swift estimates volumes of tokenized assets could reach 24 trillion by 2027. And BCG, or Boston Consultancy, also estimated by 2030 the tokenization of globally illiquid assets could reach 16 trillion to as high as 68 trillion. The tokenized market is estimated to be 10% of global GDP by 2030. Next up, we had some traditional finance banks team up to create digital bonds trading platform on blockchain. So we have France's Crédit Agricole and then also Sweden's SEB. So using a blockchain-based platform for digital bonds. And users will be able to manage securities and raise capital through smart contracts. So you're not having to trust somebody, there's going to be less fraud, there's an audit trail, it is just truly automated and you're trusting code. So speaking of France's Crédit Agricole and then Sweden's SEB, remember, even 5 years ago, Ripple and Crédit Agricole are working together on payment services. And then also the CEO right there, talking about why they chose Ripple. Other group building that digital blockchain-based bond platform right here in 2016, so years ago, SEB signed an agreement with Ripple. Now, a lot of people are unhappy with XRP's price performance over the last almost 2.5 years since the Ripple vs. SEC case. Me too. But you can't deny there are huge connections. Remember, we even went over Finastra a week or two ago, and we were talking about older information. And their integration with continuous link settlement plugged into 50% of the foreign exchange market, a couple trillion right there. And that's not just old information, because we just saw that Finastra with Fusion Plus, or the messaging platform, just put out something with Ripple a couple months back. So you guys do you, but I personally believe there are huge things in the works. Next up, shared by Christian Hasker over here for Hedera, we can see some beautiful marketing going on. We can see the governing council showcasing Hedera NFTs. An immutable royalties carbon negative footprint. We also have another announcement in partnership with the HBAR Foundation, the AAA game 6 years in development that migrated from Solana to Hedera. So we are seeing other companies and applications migrating from Solana to Hedera. I think this is going to be a very common theme. I saw Nobo Knows share this on Twitter today of the ALGO Explorer. So we can see that USDT tether volume has definitely went parabolic earlier today. So if you go to algoexplorer.io, go over to statistics in the middle, and then look at top statistics, and then we scroll down. So we can see economics, we can go to accounts and see some of this. And also I found this interesting. So different algo accounts with over 1,000 tokens since 2019 has been in an uptrend. We can see with over 10K algo, also an uptrend since 2019. Over 100K algo, same thing. Over 1 million, and not really, a little bit of a sell-off. Wallets with over 10 mil, a little bit of a sell-off. And then over 100 mil, it seems like we've been coming back up. But the number of accounts with over 1K, 10K, and 100K have been climbing. And as Nobo Knows pointed out, we did see some high levels of volume for USDT Tether spike, but it came right back down. Let's check the 6 month. And as you can see, that was a pretty substantial spike. And next up for Casper, we have shared by Matthew. Casper is one of my most asymmetrical trades you should consider for 2024-2025 cycle. Just breaking it down in a quick thread if you want to check some of the features of the network that we've talked about. And we can see a few charts that he's posting for comparison. So we can see on Huobi or Wobi, the all-time high price at a whopping $68. Now this was in a liquidity wick, but daily candle closes around $4.40 and a weekly candle close at 60 cents. Now 60 cents, an absolute key level. Now if Casper can break through that 22-cent double top right there and there, head towards 30 cents, head and close the gap that is open at 43 cents, just like HBAR, and then the weekly candle bodies at 60 cents. So he goes on to say, to keep our heads on straight, let's focus on 60 cents, the weekly candle bodies, to 440, which is the daily candle body close, is a feasible end of cycle target. So he points out Polkadot right here, dropping 94% from its listing price and then double topped that same price for a 20x again. So a 20x from the all-time low. Of course, HBAR did a very similar move, a 97% crash. I was buying at launch like an idiot. But the good thing was it was listed on Binance US super early, so it was nice to DCA. We can see from the all-time low after a 97% crash over a 60x. Now the tokenomics were different, but just keep that in mind. Notice it came right up to the previous liquidity wick. That's what Matthew's pointing out here. As you can see right there, coming right up to that level. And if you drew a fib, I forget which swing high, it is also a perfect 4.236. We have Cadena, KDA. This is another alt I do like. Dropped 99% from listing price and then filled most of the liquidity wick for a 93x from the low. Crazy. Now keep in mind that all of these alts that have this 99% crash were here for the previous bull run, whereas the Casper price chart launched at the beginning of the bear market. So he's DCing into Casper under 5 cents and will swing trade his bag as we work through retracements to increase his overall position. Bottom line, we have a 30x to a 100x on the table this cycle. Now, if Casper Labs gets this right for the future, I agree. And just because there's going to be a YouTube comment, go to casperwallet.io. You can watch the video tutorial or download it. We also shared this in yesterday's video. And then you can go on YouTube and follow X Frontier going over the Casper Wallet tutorial. Also, Casper Network is at NFT New York speaking about upgradable NFTs on Casper and multi-chain interoperability. So should be some good publicity. And they're also attending the Zero Knowledge Summit in Lisbon. So any serious L1 that hopes to survive or at least have enterprise adoption in the future needs to be working on ZK cryptography, scaling solutions, proofs, etc. So this will improve privacy, security, and scalability of the Casper blockchain. And it's funny when people compare Casper Network to Solana. Let's see what happens long term. And also really quick, we have Miguel Valles. Back in the day, he was head of, I believe, XRP institutional liquidity for the company Ripple. And it was always interesting with this video clip. I know there's a lot of hype, a lot of excitement, a lot of speculation regarding what he says about the XRP supply years ago. What are your thoughts?
Rest of the XRP then?
Yeah, no, that's a good question, Mahir. And I don't necessarily know that we'll ever distribute all of it. In my mind's eye, there's a possibility where, we end up more of a lending kind of, more of a lender of last resort capacity maybe. I think that would be a little strange for a software company, and maybe some things would have to change structurally. Maybe we have to have a different organization or something. Who knows, right? But as these capital markets develop, as liquidity develops, there are going to be folks who, if they want to provide liquidity in the asset, don't want to necessarily own the asset because that puts them in harm's way for price movements.
10 years out on the financial crisis, we still don't have the infrastructure perhaps to prevent the next one. And I think this is where digital assets can really help, because an efficient digital asset can really solve some of the key problems in global liquidity. The world's got trillions and trillions of dollars tied up in liquidity just to get around how clunky the movement of value is around the world. If with a really efficient digital asset, something like XRP, again, that's what we believe will be the most efficient, you can now reduce trillions and trillions of capital from being tied up. So you can make those transfers instantly as a bank or as a payment provider or as an enterprise without having to have money pre-positioned all over the world.
Anyways, I'm sure you guys have already seen that clip, but super interesting. And even XRP Darren, Interledger Protocol does not require XRP, it's agnostic. Keep in mind, Ripple Network does not require XRP. But currently, as we shared in a video the other day, that they're transacting or converting through XRP. XRP is optimized for both, offering users savings and speed. And Ripple Lend can offer cheaper rates than banks. And last but not least, we have iTrustCapital linked in the top of the YouTube video description. And if you use that link to create a free account, you'll also get a $100 funding reward that is no longer in Bitcoin, it'll be directly in the US dollar. So then you can choose between which asset or altcoin you'd like to buy. So for anybody new, this is a tool that I've had. I've used this for over 3 years with a Roth IRA for 0% capital gains for tax-free trading, tax-free investing in the crypto asset class, along with precious metals. There's going to be a variety of more assets listed in the future thanks to their recent integration. They're backed by Fireblocks, Coinbase Custody, and they're also a $1 billion valued company. So there are no hidden fees whatsoever. It's just like Coinbase, a 1% transaction fee, except you have tax-free trading and investing. $0 a month, no custody fees, no maintenance fees, nothing, just 1% if you trade. And you can also check out some of the reviews, look at like the worst reviews and decide for yourselves. So 2,000 plus 5-star reviews, go through Trustpilot and Google. And almost $7 billion in transactions, that's crazy. I know during the bull run, the AUM was insane, and keep in mind everything is stored in cold storage. You can learn more about the highlights, institutional grade offline storage, so cold storage, multi-party computation. They have SOX certifications and commercial crime insurance policies. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.